Welcome to That's So Trishy. I'm Trish, my friends call me Trishy, and this is my YouTube channel. We talk about all things health, beauty, motivational, and navigating the aging process gracefully. Today, I am speaking about an issue that I've wanted to do for a while, but it seems even more relevant now. I am a RN, thus my dragging my stethoscope out today, but I haven't worked on the front lines for a few years. I spent most of the last 2 decades of my career, I've been in healthcare 33 years, but I spent the most part of the last 2 decades in the emergency department. Now I have my own private business where I teach doctors, nurses, dentists, critical care, trauma care. And so it's been really hard for me to watch my friends and my peers be on the forefront of all this COVID-19 scare. And for the first time in my career, I'm not on the front lines. So first of all, to all of you, thank you. I am sincerely praying for you all, for your protection, and that we as a group of healthcare providers, you guys being in the front line, get the proper PPE that you need. I didn't even mean to talk about that. I think that's just what's on my heart this morning. But today's video, we'll try to keep it a little lighthearted because I'm really trying to do that in this hysteria of COVID-19. But my video today really is ageless, and I planned it out before COVID-19 ever hit. I want to talk about what do I do at my home and my family to help reduce the spread of viruses, because it was flu season, actually still is flu season, and now we have this crazy unknown territory of COVID-19. So these are things that I do in my house, maybe just a gift from God. I didn't get sick. So I just want to share with you 7 practices that I do in my life, in my home, to reduce the spread of virus, whether it's flu season, COVID-19 season. I hope there's not a season. I hope this is it, but let's be real. But again, disclaimer, even though I am a registered nurse, this is just things that I do. These are not all evidence-based practice. There are a few that have some pretty strong information behind them, some references behind them, but some of them are just my own opinion. So I am not saying any or all of these will keep you from getting COVID-19 or even the flu. I just think they're personal good practices, and I thought, hey, this is a good time to share. So let's get into it. Number 1, I hate to even say it because we've been hearing it out the wazoo. What is a wazoo? I've always wondered, is that your Heine cakes? I don't know, but we've been hearing it out the wazoo. But I have to say it because it's the number 1 most effective thing to keep us from spreading germs is wash your hands, people. We have to wash our hands. You know, minimum 20 seconds, even more is better. They tell us ABCs, whatever you want to do. I saw a meme today that made me laugh that said, while you're washing your hands, just scream for 20 seconds. And I thought how funny that would be to me. I have 2 of my 3 children home. One is married and gone and doesn't have to put up with mom anymore. But the 2, I actually was an empty nester, and the 2 have come back to the nest temporarily. One is a senior at University of Tennessee, and the schools are all online right now, so he's come home. And my daughter is a flight attendant, and she just got laid off in the midst of all this craziness. So they're actually home right now, but I thought I would think it was hilarious if I was screaming, ah, washing my hands, but they would not. Anyway, one thing that I don't hear people talking about when we're washing our hands as much as we should be, somebody honked, hi. I don't know if you all heard that on camera or not. One of the things that we should be talking about is protecting your hands too, because when you wash your hands in excess, and I'm going to guess that our hands are being washed more than any time in history, it tends to chap and crack and break open your hands. So I recommend whatever your poison, well, that's a bad word to use, whatever your choice is, moisturize your hands, protect your hands after you wash. Number 2 is my favorite. It's an old standard. It works. Bleach. You should be bleaching surfaces. Now I know Clorox wipes are scarce. It's hard to find those. There's other products you can use. If you don't have bleach, hydrogen peroxide, alcohol, ammonia, look on the CDC website. Those are your go-to experts that can tell you all the different products, but bleach is certainly listed. What I do is I dilute it in water. It's written very fancy in my chicken scratch. And I go around 3 times a day during flu season and now, wiping off all the surfaces in the house that are bleachable. Now, don't rain all your clothes and things like that, but countertops I do at bedtime, first thing in the morning, and about midday, because I know that my kiddos have went through and contaminated everything. Doorknobs, chairs, refrigerator doors, cabinet doorknobs. So just think about what people have touched frequently, 3 times a day. Also, you guys should know this already, but you never know what people are going to do on YouTube World. Make sure you're not mixing this with anything but water. Bleach and ammonia and other chemicals are caustic, toxic, can explode. Don't mix them. It can kill you. Also, you should wear some type of gloves, whether you have your own box of vinyl, nitrile, I hate to say latex because I have a severe anaphylactic, life-threatening latex allergy. I can't walk in a wedding reception with balloons. It's so completely frustrating, but the healthcare industry, I developed this allergy. So gloves and balloons, I can't be around at all. If they're latex, it's airborne. Anyway, that's another video. But use whatever you have. If you have dish cleaning gloves, those are often made of latex. Make sure you're protecting your fingers because this is caustic. You don't want to eat the tips of your fingerprints off. The FBI won't appreciate that. And everything absorbs in your skin if it touches. Also, it can be very bad to breathe. So you're going to look like the Lone Ranger, Crazy Train, but just get yourself a handkerchief or a sock and just cover your nose and mouth while you're spraying. So it's not that big of a deal. It's a really quick thing. And this is number 3. We've got to boost our immunity. I could give a whole speech on that. I think healthy eating, fruits and vegetables, and to me, mainly getting more vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and I like elderberry. There's some discussion out there about elderberry can be harmful with COVID-19. I actually did a lot of studying the last 24 hours on it, and I think a lot of that is propaganda, but you make your own decision. They talk about it can incite things in your immune system if you become ill and make it actually worse. But what I read, it was not documented, it's not well studied. So my feeling is unless I start getting symptoms, I'm going to keep taking elderberry to boost my immunity. But you do you, boo. You do what you feel like you need to do. The one that I take, and you can certainly use whatever brand you want, but I take Zarbee's Elderberry Immune Support. And these are like delish gummies. I take them once a day. I give them to Randy too. And honestly, it's kind of like a treat. It tastes like a gummy. And they are, I think they're gluten-free, sugar-free, but they got some kind of sweetener because they taste like candy. I want candy. So anyway, I recommend these and I will link them in the box if that's something you're interested in. The next one, which I think should be 1, 2, 3, 4, is your shoes. Now, you think that I put a nice top on to film today, but what you guys don't know is I usually just put on yoga pants and house slippers when I'm filming because you guys can't see my shoes, except I just told you my secret. But shoes are super important right now. All my healthcare workers already know this. When we come home from the hospitals, we don't walk into our house. A lot of them are putting your shoes in a box and keep it in the car and trading into sandals or house slippers. We should be taking that same theory and utilizing it when we go to the grocery store because most of us are housebound right now. We certainly are in Illinois. We're on quarantine. We're not supposed to be getting out. I'm going to talk about that next. But one of the few places we are allowed to go is to the grocery store. So if you're going out there where the germs lay, you need to be wearing shoes, in my opinion, that are bleachable and leave them at the door or put them in one of those plastic boxes. And do not walk into your house without changing into clean shoes. And then number 5 is, we just talked about the grocery store, limit your grocery store access. Yes, we all have to eat. To be honest, we could all probably eat a lot less. It sounds like we're eating a lot more these days out of boredom. Online, you can do Amazon grocery. You can do Instacart. You can do Kroger and Walmart click list or pickup. So you don't have to go to the grocery store. If you're using one of those pickup services, I will tell you from my experience in my region here in the Midwest, you get on first thing early, like 5 in the morning, try to reserve your spot. The earlier you get your spot, the more likely you are to get what you requested. I did try to get on today and reserve it for 2 days from now, and it wouldn't let me. It was only letting me reserve a pickup 1 day out. Also, pick one person. That shouldn't be a family outing. You think of it as a cesspool. That's where the germs are out. So maybe pick the person you don't like the most in your family and send them to the grocery store. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. We have to have humor, guys, in this mess, or what else are we going to do? But don't take your kids out. Pick one person. This is about what I do because I'm not necessarily recommending this, but I wear gloves to the grocery store, and I know it's controversial, but right now with the exponential growth, I would go ahead and put a mask on even if it's a bandana. It just limits the amount of possible droplets that could get into your mouth and nose. And wear glasses. If you don't wear readers or regular glasses, put on some sunglasses. We are going to be styling, looking so cool, but you're just protecting your mucous membranes where there's potential for germs to enter. Take those gloves off before you get into your car. I take a little Walmart sack, and before I touch my car, I take the gloves off and throw them away. If you're going in and you've got your Lone Ranger garb on, make sure that you take a little Ziploc baggie with some bleach wipes, whether homemade with paper towels and the diluted bleach I talked about, or if you're lucky enough to have the Clorox, take those and wipe off that keypad before you stick your ATM card in there. Wipe off your ATM card before you put it back in your wallet. Number 6. Exercise. I think I'm going to do a whole video on some creative exercises we can do at home. But minimally, you've got to keep your immunity up to try to avoid these viruses. So when I'm stuck in like this, I have a total gym. I'm kind of lucky. I have a treadmill. I have a stair climber. But sometimes I don't feel like a bicycle. I have a stationary bicycle. But there's so many things you can do even if you don't have a piece of equipment. You can ride a bike, you can walk outside, you can get on Pinterest, and there are thousands and thousands of exercises you can do. There are apps that are free that can give you exercises. You can do YouTube videos. Something that I like to do sometimes is just put on my favorite boogie song, like I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, or We Are Family by Sister Sledge, or something from the 80s when I grew up in high school, Madonna or Bon Jovi, and just dance your booty off and burn some calories. Good old traditional exercise, push-up, sit-ups, crunches, lunges. Chase each other down the hall. Play tag. Maybe don't touch, but play tag with your family members. Last but not least, lucky number 7. I talked about it in one of my earlier beauty videos, anti-aging, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's new. There's not that many. I think I'm at 7 or 8 videos when this was recorded. I started in January of 2020, but I think it was my first video. I talked about this as a wonderful adjunct for beauty and anti-aging, but it's wonderful for potentially killing viruses, is a cool mist humidifier. I'm going to link in the description box below my humidifier that I keep by my bed. It's called a Dream Egg, and I absolutely love it. I will also try to link an article that talks about the studies that lead us to believe that the cool mist can kill viruses. Did I say it kills COVID-19? No, I did not. Did I say it kills the flu? No, I did not. But I believe from what I've read, my opinion is it could potentially, and it's going to make your skin and hair look better, and I sleep better, and my nasal passages is more open. So my last big toolbox trick is lucky number 7, a humidifier. So there you go. There's my top 7 at-home things that I do to try to reduce viruses, whether it be flu, rotavirus, or COVID-19. I hope that you guys will stay home, stay happy and well. Pray for all my friends and peers on the front line. And I hope you'll click like on this video and subscribe and come back and see me. Thanks so much for watching That's So Trishy. Stay well. Love you guys.